Okay, so welcome everybody, and this is just going to be a quick call about the compensation plan of iCoinPRO. I'm going to go through the 5 ways that we earn with iCoinPRO, and I'll just firstly as well go through the rank qualifications. So we all know there are 5 ways to earn with this amazing business. We are first and foremost an education platform. And secondly, for those who want to promote the business, we do have this awesome compensation plan in place. So before I go through the compensation plan itself, I'll just go through the rank qualifications first of all. So for those of you who have a pen and paper, sometimes it's just worthwhile just writing down some notes, guys, that you can just refer back to as well. So under the iCoinPRO rank qualifications, we first of all have what we call 1 star. So a 1-star person must have 3 personally enrolled active members, each of whom have paid their membership for the current month. Okay, so that's your 1 star. Your 2 star must have a total of 20 active members in your enroller tree. Now, I hope everybody knows how to find their enroller tree. So that will be in your back office under genealogy, and there is a drop-down menu that says enroller tree. It gives you the amount of people that are in your tree. Now, just bear in mind that your enroller tree is not in real time, okay? So you must have 20 active members in your enroller tree with no more than 40% of that volume coming from 1 leg. Now, what that actually means is, there's actually, I know we're a 2x14 matrix, but it counts off the first 3 people that enroll under you. Does that make sense? So you can't have 40%, more than 40% coming from one of those first 3 people, okay? Because I have the problem at the moment. I've got Julia Butchholtz, Shelley Cullen, Alicia, all on 1 leg. Yay! Whoa, that's way more than 40%. And my other legs are trying to catch up. So that's been a bit of a nightmare at the moment. Thank you. So yeah, you can't have 40% coming from more than 1 leg. So that basically means you have to try to help people to start working the other legs so that the volume can keep up with the strongest leg. So 3 star must have 100 active members in your enroller tree, again with no more than 40% counting from 1 leg. Star elite, if you're star elite like myself, you have a total of 500 active members in your enroller tree with no more than 40% volume counting off 1 individual leg. And then star presidential. You must have a total of 5,000 active representatives in your enroller tree with no more than 40% counting from 1 leg. Does that make sense to everybody so far? Okay, so what I'll just very quickly do, just to clear up some confusion as well, when people are making payments and that they're joining your organisation, and if you have that sort of relationship with them where you have spoken to them, let's say through Facebook, social media or face-to-face, however you speak to people about the opportunity, the best way that somebody can join iCoinPRO is to pay for the 12-month membership. The monthly membership's fine. Not everybody can afford the 12 months, but Alicia and I had a conversation about this about 4 weeks ago, because Alicia was wanting to actually build her own organisation by herself and to get to 3 star. And I said to her, but basically, can you afford to pay for your 12 months? She went, yeah. I said, well, do it. Because in the whole time that you're building your business and trying to get to those 100 people, you're actually losing out on your commissions. So what the ideal situation is, promote the benefits of people joining for 12 months. Number 1, they take a discount on that whole membership. Number 2, they're coded in at 3 star. And number 3, they're guaranteed to be paid for the next 12 months. It's a no-brainer for anybody. And if anybody hasn't upgraded, they should be upgrading. What was that?
It was a huge difference. I saw the difference, a huge difference in the pay. the weekly first bonus?
Well, you will do, because, and as well, if you guys are building a team, those 3-star bonuses go down those extra levels. You're going to be earning from those. So it's really a no-brainer. Even if you put it on your credit card, you can more than afford to pay off your minimum monthly payment on your credit card, because you've got that extra income coming in for those of you guys who are building. Even if you go in for the 6 months, again, you're coded in at 2-star, you take the discount and you're guaranteed to be paid for the next six months. Those are the benefits that should be sold. You don't gain any extra commission by somebody joining for 12 months. You know, they don't give you a big whack of a, percentage of 3% of, that full fee. No, it's a benefit for the member. And it's a benefit for you as well, because, as I say, you'll be guaranteed to get paid. So I just thought I'd cover that very quickly, because I think I forgot to do that last time. So we'll just very quickly go through the compensation plan. So we know that there's 5 ways to be paid with iCoinPRO. And the one thing that people seem to be getting really, really confused with is the difference between the power line and the matrix. They are 2 totally separate things. And people are so, and you'll see it in the Facebook group, they are so focused on the power line. I've got 12,000 people under me. They don't realise that that is the tiny part of the income for this company. The actual income that you'll be gaining. Hey, Derek, can you just pop yourself on mute, darling?
Sure.
The way that people are earning through this company is really through the check match bonuses. Those are the money areas and the matrix. So let's first of all start with the power line. So the power line is a company power line, and what it shows is the growth of the business. That's what the power line does. So when you see it in your back office and after you joined, you've got 12,000 people under you. That doesn't mean that they're under you. That means that there are 12,000 people, 11,000, 10, 8, whatever, who have joined iCoinPRO after the date that you joined. It shows company growth. So let's set up. I won't be writing with a clear pen, will I? That was clever. So, can you see that? Or is it a bit pale? Let me find the black one. That better? Okay, there's you. You've joined iCoinPRO. And then there's all these people who join after you. Okay? And they all join onto the power line in a straight line that goes up and down. Just straight. So there's you, and anybody who joins after you goes on a straight line, yeah? The first 5 people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first 5 people who join after you, those are the people that you take 3% from. Nobody else, those first 5, and it does not matter who sponsored those people in, whether it be yourself, whether it be Alicia, whether it be Frank, whether it be Big, whoever sponsored those people in, if they land under you, the first 5 paid people, you will earn your 3% from each one. And that equates to a guaranteed per month of $6. That is the guaranteed payment. No more, no less. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? So when people say, oh, there's 12,000 people under me, why haven't I earned from them? Well, the company wouldn't be in business if we were giving you 3% of 12,000 people and everybody else underneath you, and you get all that percentage. Well, no, it doesn't work that way. You get from the first 5 people. Now, what happens is, if one of those people, pardon me, then decides to leave iCoinPRO, they cancel their membership. So number 5 there cancels. The next person who joined moves up. So you don't ever lose your 5 people. Okay? So what happens on a Wednesday then at 23:59 Pacific time is all those people who were paid in the power line are moved into the matrix. Now, when I said that you were paid on those 5 people, regardless who sponsored them in, that's as far as it goes if you didn't sponsor them in. Those people then are placed into the matrix of the person who sponsored them in. They go into the matrix and they go closest to their sponsor. You won't earn any more money from them unless, one, you sponsored them in, or two, they are in the organisation of yours. So let's say I sponsored them in, you're in my organisation, and they drop into your matrix as spillover. That's the only time you'll ever earn from them. Okay. So that happens on a Wednesday at 23:59. They'll come into the matrix. And it's a 2x14 fixed matrix. So, here's Derek. I'll be under you, Derek, if you want. And then, as it's 2x14, it splits off into two legs. So let's say there's me here. Oh, and we'll have Hendon here. Okay. So, if out of that power line, Hendon sponsors somebody in, they'll go there. Will Derek earn from them? Will Becky earn from them? They're on a different leg and they're not in my matrix. Will Derek earn from them? Derek will earn from them because this is Derek's organisation. Okay? So, this matrix fills top to bottom, left to right, but it fills very fairly as well. So, will fill here, like this. So let's say Mitch comes in here. Doesn't matter who sponsored him in at the moment because we're just going to show how the matrix fills. But it won't fit. So unless Becky sponsors somebody in, so Becky, let's say she sponsors here, say Charlie, right? It will automatically drop nearest the sponsor. Derek sponsors somebody in now, and Derek's going to go on a recruitment drive. So Derek sponsors in here. Derek then sponsors again because he's amazing. And that person then drops under Mitch. Now, Derek then sponsors in again. That person, what the matrix will do to make it fair, it does fill top to bottom, it goes left to right. But would it be fair if the next person went under Mitch again? No. So what it'll do, it'll go under Charlie now. And then Derek sponsors again, so it goes under here, under Mr. X. Mrs. X goes there. And then Derek sponsors in again and it goes here. Is that making sense? And then it goes back again. So Derek, being brilliant as he is, sponsors in again. Right? And it goes here. And that's how the matrix will work along. Do you see where it's going? So what it will do, it will fill top to bottom, left to right, but it's done in a very fair way so that everybody on every level, so that, the left-hand side doesn't start to get filled up first and everything starts to slow down. If somebody's a good recruiter, it will spread it along, but it will go sort of forwards and backwards. And that's the way it sweeps along. So what happens if somebody cancels? Well, if somebody cancels their membership, they are immediately stopped being paid. But the second thing that happens is they will eventually be compressed out of the matrix. Now, that doesn't happen for 60 days, and it's really important you write this down, and there is a reason for that. They're not excluded from the matrix, and that position is held for 60 days for a legal reason. Is that person says, tomorrow, I don't want to be part of iCoinPRO anymore. And then suddenly, in 56 days, they're chatting to Alicia and she said, I'm earning all this money from this. And they go, bit of a mistake that I made there, cancelling. And they want to come back in and they can't. Legally, they could sue us for loss of earnings if that position is still not held for 60 days. Now, after that 60-day cut-off period, the matrix will automatically compress them out. So they get removed. So that, let's say this position here gets removed out and everything moves up. So it benefits those below as well. It won't just be filled in by a new member who takes, so let's say if Becky decides to cancel, which she's not going to do, but if Becky decides to cancel, some newbie can't come in and take Becky's position with 500, 600, 700 people in the matrix and take all that pay. No, that's not going to happen. They will drop down below and everybody else who's, stayed in iCoinPRO will move up. Make sense? Okay. So that's the matrix. Now, the matrix is paid out in your second month of joining. The reason being it's only calculated at the end of the month. And like any business that you've ever been in, you know, or if you have a job, a job, you get paid in arrears. You don't start your first week and go, right, I want paying now. They don't do that. Most jobs are paid in arrears. So your matrix is paid out in your second month. Oh, just to go back to the power line. The power line is paid out monthly, right? It's not weekly, as some people have the illusion. It is paid out monthly. The matrix is paid out in arrears in your second month. Now, so everybody that you personally sponsor in, you will get your extra payout from. Anybody who drops in your matrix through spillover, you earn $1 from, regardless of who sponsored those in. Okay? So, you know, this is where the benefit comes from having somebody who's a heavy recruiter further at the top. I mean, we're in a really strong leg. I mean, you guys will probably know who's above us as well. You know, we've got people like Ari, we've got Big, there's Adrian Hibbert, there's Steve Lawson. So that there's a real few really good recruiters. And I'm about to start slamming traffic at mine. So let's see what happens with that, which will benefit all of you guys. So that's the matrix. Let me just make sure I haven't... Oh, why has my mouse decided to stop working now? That's amazing. Oh, there we go. Just 1 second. I have a mouse that's decided it doesn't want to scroll anymore. Oh, there we go. We had Derek on full screen then. Okay, so I'll just go back to the matrix. Sorry, I forgot a couple of things. So if you're unranked, you earn 2.5% from every person that's in your matrix. So we're talking sort of spillover here. And that goes down to level 10. If you're 2-star, you earn 2.5% for every person that's in your matrix, down up to level 12. And if you filled up to level 12, your monthly payment would be $8,190 US. Now they haven't you'll probably notice in the compensation plan, they still haven't put 1-star in. There should be a column there for 1-star. I need to address this with Paul again. And when you get to 3-star, and again, this is really why it's great for people to come in at the 3-star level and pay for that 12 months, because they earn down to level 14, and that's $32,000, 766 cents potential earnings just from spillover a month. So, and the matrix, your matrix, you'll probably find when you go into your back office, it doesn't actually, you know, you may find that I'm sorry, I've whacked it all off now. I'm shaking and doing, I'm not like I'm a pole dancer at nothing. So basically, you'll find that your matrix sometimes doesn't actually fill perfectly because it'll depend on who's recruiting as well. So you'll see that there'll be some areas you've got down to level 14. I know I certainly have, but it doesn't mean my matrix is full because there'll be other sides of it that are not quite as quick, but you will still be earning from all those people down to level 14. Okay, so then we'll go to the fast start bonuses. So your fast start bonuses are paid weekly and they're paid in arrears. Okay, so for your unranked person, they'll earn $10 for everybody that they bring in. For your 1-star, they'll earn $15 for every person that they bring in. And then on their level 2, $5 for every person that person brings in. If you're at 2-star level, for every personally enrolled, you'll earn $20. For your level 2, so that's the people you recruit or you bring in, and they bring people in, you earn $5 from. And then from the people that they bring in, which is level 3, you'll earn $3. And then 3-star and above, $25 for each person that you bring in. Your level 2, again, that's with the people that you bring in, and they bring in people, is $5. And then for level 3, $3. Level 4, $2. Level 5, $1. So again, you can see, coming in at 3-star, you only have to bring in a couple of people, and, you know, $25 a hit. Imagine just 2 or 3 people a week. You know, that's a nice little earner for you guys. As I say, that's paid weekly in arrears. Now, things like the fast start bonuses really, really appeal to those type of marketers who like chatting to people and like bringing people in. Okay? So there's a lot of appeal with this compensation plan. For those people who don't want to recruit, who maybe just want to use a micro-profit system, the power line appeals to them. And that's great as well for people who have been involved in businesses before and have never earned anything. They're guaranteed to earn in this. You know, so that's a real good start for them, and it does give people a bit of a boost, you know, when they've been involved with some of these, you know, bot programs and earning Bitcoin through Telegram and all that absolute garbage that's out there that end up collapsing. So this way, you know, it's legitimate that they're guaranteed to earn. So the next thing is the coded infinity fast start overrides. Now these are when you get to Star Elite and Star Presidential, which everybody on this call is going to be. Yes. So that basically means that normally what happens in a 2x14 matrix, that once you get to level 14, so, and I haven't even got a whiteboard damn well big enough to say how big the bottom of that matrix would be. But once you normally get to that level 14, that would be it. You wouldn't be able to earn anymore. However, with iCoinPRO, what will happen is once you get to Star Elite, Star Presidential, whatever, the system will look down here and keep going till it finds the next Star Elite. So let's say on level 17, there's another Star Elite there. You'll earn $2 for every person in the matrix down to level 17 until it reaches that next Star Elite. And then from the second, and then we go down to the next generation. So then it'll keep looking. And then it'll go, well, so let's say we're at level 17 here and we've found that Star Elite. And let's say the next Star Elite could be on level, I don't know, 21. So it'll find the next Star Elite. And you'll be earning through all those levels in between $1 for each person. And then it'll go down again. So the next Star Elite could be on level 22, 23, 25, who knows? So it'll go and find it again. And you'll be earning on all those people in between $1. And the same applies to Star Presidential or, yeah, you know what I mean? So the earning potential for those, this is great for those people who like recruiting, your big whales, because this part of the compensation plan appeals to them. Okay, so that's your fast start overrides. And then the last part of the compensation plan is the matching bonuses. Now this is where it gets really exciting. So I'm just going to wipe that board again, and hopefully it doesn't fall over. So what your matching overrides mean is that you will match for a percentage of the earnings of your team down to level 4. So let's say there's me here, Bex, and then we've got my lovely Derek. You're popular today, Derek. It's because you've got new teeth. And then we've got Alicia here. Okay? So let's say that Derek has brought in, and I'm going to make it easy, 500 people. And Alicia's got 500 people. We're just going to split it. So for myself as a Star Elite, I would earn, because their matrix pay is going to be 500 minimum. That's without spillover. But let's say each of their matrices is sitting at 500. I will earn 250 from each one, because I'll earn 50% of their check. So let's say, for example, so I'm going to earn 1,000, yeah? Off just because we're just talking about those two, first of all. And they've got 500 on each. So So I'm going to earn 1,000, and then I'm going to earn another 500 just from these two. So I'm check matching their pay. Does that make sense? Okay. So again, people who come in at 3-star, what are you going to take? You're going to take 40% check match bonus from your level 1. Well, you're personally enrolled, not just your level 1, anybody you've brought in. So the more people you bring in personally, the more you're going to earn. So don't just be concentrating on a 2x14 matrix and think, oh, I only need 2 or 3 people. No, keep bringing them in. Keep bringing them in, because whatever, you could bring in somebody who's a massive whale, who brings in a huge team. You're doing 40% of their pay packet. So, so on a 3-star, you get 40%. So I'll just go through, and it'll just make you realise as well why it's worth doing the 2-star and 3-star. So if you're unranked, you would earn 10% check match bonus off your personals. As a 1-star, you will earn 20% off your personals. As a 2-star, you will earn 30% off your personals and 10% off your level 2. As a 3-star, you'll earn 40% off your personals, off your level 2, 10%, off your level 3, 10%, and off your level 4, 5%. Then when you get to Star Elite, you'll earn 50% off your personals, 10% off your level 2, 10% off your level 3, 5% off your level 4, and 3% off your level 5. And then Star Presidential, which everybody's going to be by this time next year, you'll earn 60% off your personals, 10% off your level 2, 10% off your level 3, 5% off your level 4, 3% off your level 5, and 2% off your level 6. So those are all the people that your people bring in. No brainer. So that's why the compensation plan is absolutely amazing, because it actually appeals to every single type of person, from those who don't want to recruit or those who are new to recruiting, they're still going to get paid. For those who like to talk about the business, maybe doing it part-time, full-time, whatever, but they know a few people. So you've got things like your fast starts, etc. And then you've got the things like the matching bonuses and the infinity overrides that they really appeal to the proper MLM whale marketers, because they can see that there is big money in that. And that's why we have a lot of big name marketers in iCoinPRO, because the compensation plan has so many facets to it. So, who's got some questions? Please hit me up with them. You'll have to unmute yourself if you want to ask.
Hi, Becky.
Hi.
I just got a question back at the beginning about the first 5 people that enroll in the power line underneath us.
Yeah.
We will be getting $5 each.
No.
Sorry.
Right. So you get 3% from each person. 3% of their membership, right? 3%. Right. So it's 3% of $39.95. So it works out. It's just like over $1, $1.25-ish, something like that. So the total for those first 5 people is $6 per month. No more, no less. That's it. You're guaranteed the $6 a month. If people say as well, I haven't been paid out. Oh, I'm in my back office and my $6 is there. It hasn't been paid out. No, we only pay out when it comes to $10.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, no, I misinterpreted and I thought it was $6 per person. No. And I thought, hey, I got $6, but I don't got 30. Yeah. Okay, no, that's cool.
No, and it's a good little incentive. I mean, to be fair, if you were getting $30 and everybody was getting that amount of money from every single person that enrolled, as I say, the company wouldn't be in business. They're giving away I mean, you don't realise the amount they're giving, nearly 100% away in commissions.
Yeah.
You know, it's just crazy. So that there wouldn't be, that, you know, they wouldn't be in business. They've got to have some little bit left to be able to pay some wages and things like that for the support staff. But yeah, it's just $6 a month.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Thanks for that.
No, you're welcome. Anybody else got anything for me? Okay, well, that's cool. So that was just about half an hour, which is pretty good, you know, for sending out to people. I'm just going to stop recording now.